I have a really good one for everyone in today's video. We are going to look at permissive parenting and where it comes from. It's prevalent in dog culture, and it happens for one reason is guilt. So we have established that dog owners have significant guilt. For one thing, society is always guilting us that we don't do enough for our dogs. It's common in almost all of the media. People kind of give dog culture, free advertising by talking about this all the time. We're not good enough for dogs. Dogs are better. We need to do more. More dogs need to be adopted, etc. Another way this guilt that we're reading about can lead to permissive parenting is kindershima or baby shima. This happens when we see something that looks like a baby. In our minds, we have guilt already. It activates guilt in our mind because we see the little doggy and it's like, well, is he okay? Is he hungry? Is he tired? Uh-oh. Did his owner, not put a proper leash on him? There he is running in the street. We're always having some type of guilt about our dog. Even people that have a perfect life with their dogs, they still have guilt. And so something that can happen because of this is you're going to get permissive parenting. Parents they avoid setting limits. They avoid enforcing rules, and it comes out of a desire to compensate for feelings of inadequacy. Dog owners are constantly feeling inadequate. Some of them are broke and can't take care of themselves and their dogs, and some of them just feel inadequate all the time, and it's constantly being reinforced by society, social media, all of our friends, all of the big companies that promote dog products. And then it gets reinforced because we're constantly looking at the faces of our dogs and experiencing kindershima. So look at one of the problems here is this can result in a lack of structure, making it difficult for children to learn self-control. Well, this can be true with our dogs too because we just want to be friends with our dogs. We don't want to be leaders. We don't want to use proper decision making when we get a dog. We just want to have a dog in our apartment like everyone else. So, permissive parenting comes from a desire to be friends with children. That's just like dog culture. People are not leaders with their dogs anymore. They just want their friend. It's a four-legged friend. It's your best friend. It's your protector. It's your little buddy. No, you just see people all the time like walking their dog. The dog's pulling them all over the place. They don't have structure. They don't have leadership. Yep. Yeah. They say um, warmth and responsiveness is what this is all about, but it can result in lack of structure and discipline. And isn't that one of the huge problems with dog culture? The damn things have no discipline. They won't quit barking. They won't quit pissing and shitting everywhere. You can't go anywhere without some dog owner needing to interject in your situation. Even on social media, when we talk about dog attacks in the comments, here come the pit bull mommies. Oh, but my dog wouldn't ever do that because my dog is this and that and that and this and this and this and that. They always have to make it about themselves. They can't respect other people's boundaries. And so, speaking of permissive parenting, some of you guys might remember this guy, Dr. Spock. So he pushed permissive parenting, like basically letting the kids be your little friends. Well, he later recognized that this was problematic, as it says right here. So we know as a society that this permissive parenting has a lot of downstream problems. Yet here we are, pet parents, fur daddy, fur mommy, pity mommy. I'm a husky dad. I got a husky dog. He's my best friend. We are still doing this stupid shit, even though Dr. Spock in the late 60s realized that this was not the way to go. Yeah. So here's just a couple other little things about this: self discipline, poor social skills, a sense of entitlement. This is the way that most dogs and dog owners act. Their dog comes first in their life, their dog is their friend, and everybody else has to, pull the weight. So now let's listen to Nicolene Peck for a little bit.
What are the characteristics of permissive parenting? Well, one is you indulge. Anything the child wants, they get for the most part, so long as you can afford it. So parents are not necessarily the leaders in those homes. The children are the ones that are the leaders, and the parents are the facilitators, the managers, the people who give out money, who drive children different places. In fact, parents who are permissive oftentimes feel like they're chauffeurs and, you know, clothing coordinators and cooks.
Wow, that's right. That's right out of dog culture. Always having to dress the dog up, take constant selfies of them everywhere they go. Everything is about indulging, indulging, indulging. More food, more raw meat diets for dogs, more special stuff for dogs. There's always some huge level of indulgence. They got to go out on the four wheeler, they got to go out on the motorcycle, they got to have their own special couch just for them. Dogs live a life of indulgence.
And all of those kinds of things. In fact, they think of parenting as a very demeaning type of a role in their life.
Yeah, dog owners do that too. Like, I'll sacrifice anything for the comfort of my dog. I don't care.
But actually, parenting is supposed to feel like leadership, supposed to feel like teaching, training, bonding. It shouldn't feel like managing.
Yeah, but that's what dog culture is. I mean, you have to manage that stupid thing because even if you are a good parent, even if you do all the right things, it's still a mutt. It's still a freaking no prefrontal lobe, no advanced thinking creature. So that makes this even worse.
So if you feel like managing, it could be that you've fallen into some permissive tendencies. But don't worry, those don't have to stay. Another characteristic of permissive parenting is a feeling of dysfunction. In fact, they oftentimes think they have to embrace dysfunction. Oh, well, no family is perfect and our family's not perfect. And of course, we know.
Huh. Wow, guys. Do you guys realize this about dog culture? It's always about the barking, breaking of stuff around the house, knocking the kids over, knocking the guests over, jumping up and putting dirty paws, poop covered paws over it. And the people will say, like, oh, he's just my little monster. Oh my God, he's just my little hellion. Ha ha ha. There's always some kind of weird chaos going on with dog owners, like the ring cam videos on YouTube. Look at this, my dog almost started a kitchen fire. Look at this, my dog got into the garbage and ruined my kitchen while I was gone. But they think it's funny and they just do it all the time.
No people are perfect, but we be accepting and just passing off bad behaviors, contentions as things we think everybody does and are normal? If so, we're being permissive.
Yeah, dogs jumping on people, causing a ruckus. Oh, it's just he's just being friendly. They always pass off what their dog does as some type of innocent, innate behavior that the dog just has to do, no matter what boundaries are broken, no matter what kind of constant chaos is going on.
We're not correcting the things that we have the role and the leadership job to correct. So we're embracing dysfunction if we're permissive. That's another clue. Another characteristic of permissive parenting is the parents often abandon children with big decisions that need to be made, and they haven't given them the proper training. Now, I know those parents, they are so dedicated. Permissive parents, they are giving their all. They're driving everywhere, signing up for all the classes and all the little extra programs and everything that they think extracurricular can benefit their child. So
Same thing with dog owners.
they would never think they're abandoning them. But there is this characteristic that I've noticed that when there's a problem that needs to be solved, they often just push it off on the child. Like, will you solve it? Will you figure it out? Will you figure out?
Dog owners do this all the time too. Like, well, I'm not going to go hang out with my friends because my dog wants to sit at home and drink some wine. Are we going to replace the couch that you chewed up? I don't know. What do you think, Fluffles? Oh, Fluffles thinks we should just keep it. And then, they'll post it up on Facebook. I mean, guys, there's like all types of articles about this. Dogs and autonomy. Give your pet more choices. Yeah. Dog owners just do this all the time. What should we do, little buddy? Should we do this? Should we do that? You know, What shoe toys should we buy? They take them and take videos and put shoe toys right new ones off the shelf from Petco and have the dog sniff them and whatever one he bites. Oh, that's the one we'll get. Yeah.
How where the note is on the piano. Well, you do that. I don't have time to deal with it. Well, why are the parents so stretched thin? Because they're so busy managing. They're making little things for the PTA and all of these different things instead of focusing in on teaching the child how to solve their problems. Our children need us to point the
Yeah. Unfortunately, dogs can't ever solve their problems, but dog owners are trying to solve problems for dogs. They always have an imaginary problem that needs to be fixed for the dog. And they look out at other people and they do that too. If the dog is somewhere where it's too cold, too hot, it's an imaginary problem and they have to fix it by tattletaling on everybody. You know, this life of indulgence that the owners give to their dogs, they also project this out to everyone else.
direction for how to solve their problems. And the child ends up feeling quite lonely and abandoned. In fact, they get a lot of overwhelm. I don't know if you've noticed in our society today, but there are children who are experiencing a lot of stress, anxiety.
I see this with the dog people too. The less structure they have with the dog, the less like alpha male they are with the dog. The dog seems overwhelmed all the time too. Like walking, you see people walking a dog in the park, and the dog is just running around all nervous, pulling, tugging. People bring their dogs in the store with the service dog vest, but the thing is cramming its nose into every little freaking thing. It's all nervous. It's all running around trying to get everybody's attention instead of just being calm and disciplined. So definitely see that with the dog owners too.
And overwhelm. And that has direct links to the fact that the parents aren't doing the teaching for how to solve the problems when before the child gets in a situation where they have a problem that needs to be solved.
Yeah, teaching with dogs could also be just proper restraints. They're constantly allowing the dog to get into some type of problem and then allowing the dog to get out of the problem by themselves instead of just having the structure in the first place, like this lady's talking about.
The next characteristic is permissive parents often allow their children to pick their morals. Historically, parents presented children with morals. They said, this is right, this is wrong, this is good, this is bad. This is true, this is false. Now govern yourself accordingly to those morals. But modern parents who practice permissive parenting are saying, well, what do you think is right? Well, what do you think is wrong? Well, do you think that's true? And they're
It's like dating. It's like people having their dogs sniff people. Oh, is he a good guy? Oh, Fluffy, do you like that person? Oh, my dog doesn't like this person, but my dog likes that person. Or the dog attacks somebody. Oh, that was probably a bad person, or he deserved it. Or the dog attacks the neighbor's dog. Oh, that neighbor's dog was probably not a good dog. They're always using their dog as a metric for what is a good thing to do in life. The dog is literally their ruler for what's a good thing to do. So this is just the same stuff as dog culture, using the dog to pick your morals instead of having your own.
even though they think it's enlightened to talk to their child in that way, they're not giving the child the direction that they need. Children crave
Yeah, dog owners think they're enlightened too, trying to talk to their dog or put their dog in front of a freaking book or a TV.
moral absolutes.
Guys, remember Hitler did that, trying to teach his dogs all types of stuff with books.
They want to know what is right, wrong, good, bad, true, false. And it is the parent's job to give that training. In fact, it gives the child a lot of security and maturity to have a firm grip on what their morals are. Don't leave it up to the children. They don't have enough life experience to make those calls.
Yeah, and dogs literally don't have enough brains to make those calls, yet so many people in our society. Dogs are better than kids, dogs are better than humans. Dogs don't even have a freaking prefrontal lobe, people.
It's up to you. Another characteristic of permissive parenting is all the dialogue relates to the self instead of the family. So every
That's like dog owners too. It's all about the dog and the owner. What do they want? What do they need? They're upset, they have anxiety, they need a service dog. She's talking about the family, but in dog culture, the family is like literally everybody else in the world. A dog owner expects attention. They expect all the admiration but they don't care how that's happening to affect everybody else around them.
Thing is like, well, but my child has this genius. My child does this thing. I feel this. I'm overwhelmed. So
Yeah, my dog doesn't like women. My dog doesn't like men. My dog is, he doesn't like other dogs. Oh, he's food sensitive. Oh, he doesn't have his socialized training. Oh, he doesn't like the smell of that person. We're always having to adjust our behavior to some perceived thing with these dogs.
everybody is feeling something, and all of those feelings that relate to each of the selves have to come up to the surface as the most important thing every day. Well, if you're a manager and a facilitator and everything is about each individual's feelings all the time, you are never going to have a break. In fact, you
Yeah, that's like people that own multiple dogs too. Yeah, so check out this lady's video. There's more to it, but those are the main things. And it all comes together with this permissive parenting, the fur daddies, the fur babies. They just have a bunch of spoiled, entitled little jackass kids that make everybody else's life worse. And that's a big part of dog culture. See you later.